Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Sam. I hope all of you are doing it super great today. If you're excited for iOS 12.1.3, then go ahead and drop a like down below. That always helps me out. And hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future iOS updates. Right now, we're looking at 12.1.3 iOS update that came out just about an hour ago for all iOS devices capable of running iOS 12. Now, the last update, 12.1.2, I believe, was only available for certain iPhone models because it corrected some patent issues. That's the story for another day. I'll leave that linked here if you want to learn more about that update, but we're focusing on this one. I thought there weren't going to be that many changes in today's update, maybe 1-2 bug fixes. However, if we tap on learn more and take a look at the changelog here, there's actually a lot that happened in iOS 12.1.3 that I didn't know about until today. Now, before jumping into these, there's also a HomePod update that is sort of bundled with this. iOS 12.1.3 there fixes an issue that could cause HomePod to restart and addresses an issue that could cause Siri to stop listening. I really wish there was an update that just made Siri smarter so I could really enjoy talking to the HomePod, but hopefully that's coming sometime with iOS 13. Now let's go ahead and jump into iOS 12.1.3 here. So the first change I'm so excited to see, I thought it was just sort of part of iOS and it could never be fixed, but it has been corrected in this update. iOS 12.1.3 fixes an issue in messages that could impact scrolling through photos in the details view, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. When you were in a conversation and you were scrolling through these photos, it would freeze, it would shoot your scroll bar around the display. No idea what actually caused that, but Apple has finally fixed that in iOS 12. I think that's been around since iOS 9, 10, or 11, and it's out today, which is super cool. Following that, if you were experiencing striped artifacts when sharing photos from the share sheet, that has also been corrected. Here's an interesting one just for the 2018 iPad Pro, the newest models that came out in, I think, October or November of last year. Fixes an issue that may cause audio distortion when using external audio input devices on that latest iPad. And finally, if you had CarPlay issues with your newest iPhone, so 10R, 10S, or 10s Max, there should be an issue resolved there where your phone would disconnect randomly. And on top of the changes listed in the normal changelog, there are also a crazy amount of security updates in iOS 12.1.3. I know a lot of you are always wondering, how can you be the safest on your iPhone? How can you be open to the least number of exploits? Obviously, always updating to the latest version as soon as it's out is highly recommended. But in 12.1.3 alone, look at everything that Apple put in here. This is just the security content, which is absolutely crazy. So definitely go ahead and read about this if you're a security researcher, you're interested in that kind of stuff. For everybody else, it just means that security is better on the latest update, and you're going to be less likely or less open to exploits than you were on 12.1.3 rather than 12.1.2 or newer. We've had a number of updates, 12.1.1, 12.1.2. We're now on 12.1.3. Who knows if we'll have a 12.1.4 update. But in the meantime, we've got 12.1.3. I've had a great time with it, and it's performed really well on my iPhone 10s. Battery life performance been about the same for me on the newest version as any other version of iOS 12. And really quick before I wrap up the video, there's also an Apple Watch update out today too. So if you have an Apple Watch capable of running watchOS 5, which I think is most Apple Watches out today, you can go ahead and update to 5.1.3. Apple just says it includes improvements and bug fixes. There's no specific changes here, but wanted to let you know about that as well. And I think there's a tvOS update too. And I almost forgot, macOS 10.14.3 is out as well. So if you have a Mac too, there's also an update for that. But pretty much every other one of your Apple devices will be seeing some changes and bug fixes as of today. So if you guys enjoyed watching the video, if you learned something new or it helped you out, make sure to drop a like down below. That always helps me out. And of course, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else in the future. I've been Sam, get updating, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.